What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So over the past few days, I have been changing up some of my videos to include other things outside of just stimulus talks. I've been doing some more stuff on finances and some stuff with stocks. I've been talking about more daily news, COVID things and stuff like that. And a lot of you guys have had a bunch of positive feedback for me regarding that. So in today's video, I'm going to do pretty much the exact same thing. So here's what I'm going to talk about in today's video. I want to talk about the new stimulus package news that has come out this afternoon. I also want to address some of the new proposals that are currently being discussed and mentioned. I want to address some of the daily news as well. And this isn't like really breaking news, but this does impact stimulus, finances, and everything in between. And I also want to give you one of my stock picks that I'm currently watching for later on this week. So let's get started. First, Nancy Pelosi is hoping that the stimulus package will be finalized in the coming days. What we are hearing is that she is hoping that this bill will be done so it can be voted on, obviously before next week, which would be February 23rd. That's when the earliest day they can vote on this is. However, what we are hearing is the committees are getting very close. We could see this bill finalized before Wednesday or Thursday, which means we could potentially see it. We could see the full text of this bill, which would be great. Now, I can tell you right now, you and I don't really matter when it comes to seeing the bill. Lawmakers are going to vote on it no matter what. But lawmakers are currently saying that they want to see this bill, they want to have it in hand, they want to be able to review it at least 72 hours before they have to vote on this. So, what we know is if Nancy Pelosi and the House are going to vote on this on February 23rd, and I think this is like 6 p.m. or something like that. Steny Hoyer had the time on his calendar, but I think it's like 6 p.m. on February 23rd. If that's when they're going to vote on this, then that means lawmakers, if they want it 72 hours before, this needs to be in their hand on Saturday by 6 p.m. My guess is we will see this bill. It will be finalized possibly Thursday or Friday, and it will be sent over to lawmakers. That would be good because that means they would have enough time to actually review it and provide any feedback if it's warranted. What we do know is lawmakers do not want to have another instance where they are asked to review and vote on a bill within hours. That was exactly what happened when we passed the $900 billion stimulus package in December. So what I can tell you is this. Lawmakers, they do not want to just look at certain little pieces of the bill. They want to look at everything so that they don't miss anything. They're saying if this is potentially our last stimulus package, everything needs to be addressed and it needs to be correct. There's no way we can miss this. So that's currently what we're hearing, is that they want at least 72 hours. Now, in regards to the new proposals, this isn't really new. This is something that we are going to see. But Chuck Schumer said today when he was in Camillus, New York, that there is overwhelming bipartisan support for restaurants and that he understands where they're coming from and what they need. He's pretty much referring to the $25 billion that lawmakers are proposing to send specifically to restaurants. This is in addition to any PPP funding. So what we know is the $25 billion would be just for the restaurant industry. And this would cover things that the PPP funding doesn't actually cover. PPP funding covers things like payroll. The problem with the PPP funding is it doesn't cover things like mortgage and utilities. That is what this $25 billion is actually meant for. So that's actually pretty good news. And one of the other things I want to address is that this is just one of the newer proposals that Chuck Schumer is trying to put out there and get Congress to take this up and put it into the stimulus package. The other one is the $50,000 for student loan forgiveness. This is one that he's trying to push through with Senator Elizabeth Warren. Now, what I can tell you, if you didn't get a chance to watch my video that I did earlier on today, I will link to that. It will be the first link down in the description box below. Go and check it out. But I address how this isn't the the $50,000 for student loans isn't the first bill that Chuck Schumer and Elizabeth Warren have kind of proposed together. Previously, about a year ago, they proposed a bill for $200 per month for Social Security recipients. Well, that hasn't really gone anywhere yet, but there's a good chance that this $50,000 for student loan forgiveness and the $200 for Social Security recipients per month, these two bills can kind of go along with each other. So if you didn't get a chance to go and watch that, again, it'll be the first link down in the description box below. Now, these are two things that Vice President Harris has also supported in the past as well. She also supported a $2,000 per month stimulus check until the pandemic was over, or I think 3 months after the pandemic was over. However, at this time, she has been very quiet. But we know that right now, Vice President Harris has other things that she is working on, which means that we may not see some of these things actually pass. These are good proposals. These are great. President Biden supports some of these things or in moderation, but we will see as time goes on. Now that we're talking about Vice President Harris, let's address some of the daily news. Right now, what we're hearing is that White House lawyers have told Vice President Harris's niece, Mina Harris, to stop using her aunt as a way to build her brand. She sells books. She's a bookseller or an author. So what they did was they told her to stop promoting her books using her aunt's name or using pictures of her aunt along with her. This is what has happened multiple times. She did this just days before the inauguration, and she also did this just recently when she was interviewed on TV as well to help promote her new book. So the White House now demands this stops. This is exactly what happened with President Biden's brother not so long ago as well. So it looks like the White House is changing a little bit in regards to who is, kind of in the White House, but it's kind of the exact same thing that former President Donald Trump had to deal with when his family kind of wanted to jump in and get in the spotlight as well. So the White House lawyers are jumping in on this very quickly. And in COVID news, CVS, Walmart, and Walgreens are all starting to inoculate Americans. You can call ahead as of right now. You can call ahead to certain locations to see if they do have any of the shots available and possibly get a time slot. However, this will only be available to eligible population. This means if you are younger, you work at home, you're fairly healthy, which is kind of the situation that I'm in, I'm not going to get a vaccine anytime soon. I will probably have to wait until possibly the end of summer, which I'm fine because normally I'm inside anyway. But that's what we're hearing. Right now, not every location, not every Walgreens, CVS, and Walmart is going to have vaccines available as of right now. But the Biden administration is purchasing as many vaccines as they can, and they are working towards getting more people and more stores ready so that more people can come in and get vaccinated. So that's the good news. In Texas, officials were struggling to try and use 5,000 shots as their power went out and their backup generators actually failed. So, some experts are currently saying that yes, this will be a continuing issue if we have this happen again. So some experts are considering waiting to send additional shots to states that have very inclement weather in order to avoid the risk of potentially losing these highly valuable doses. That's what we're hearing. And in Oregon, officials are looking into 4 breakthrough cases where people had received the vaccine and still came down with symptoms. Officials are saying that this is not uncommon and that they are going to look into this over the coming week. The vaccine, as we know, is not meant to block you from getting COVID. The vaccine is meant to reduce the severity of the illness. So, we will get more results on this and on these 4 breakthroughs sometime this week. And then we should have a better idea of what we can expect and what the millions and millions of American people can expect and experience over the next few months. So we will see what happens there. So let me give you my stock pick of the week just to kind of, put it out there. I am not an expert. I lose money all the time as well. I'm fairly good at picking stocks. I'm fairly good at coming in on picking something that I know is going to continue to go up. So what I want to say about this stock, the one that I personally love is called Pershing Square Holding. The ticker symbol is PSTH. It's currently trading about $33. I've been buying this since early December when it was in the lower $25 range. And it was just the other day that went up I think like $2 or $3 in after hours. So it's still a very good stock. But the reason why I'm picking this is because I think it has a lot of potential. It has a lot of upside. But here's the real reason I'm picking this, and I'm picking this today on February 15th, is because on February 18th, in 3 days, there's going to be an investor meeting. And some expect this could be when the company indicates or kind of references who they might merge with. So if this happens, I expect this stock is going to have a pretty good upside depending on who they potentially merge with. And I don't expect to sell this stock until we know exactly who this company is going to merge with. This could happen sometime this week. This could happen next week. It could happen in a month from now. We just don't know. But I'd like to get in somewhere on the ground floor. Like I've been saying, I've been buying this stock since it was in the mid to lower $25 range. And I still think it's a good deal, even at $33. So if you want to get in, you want to start trading stocks, one of the platforms I really like to use, I really like Robinhood, but I really like Webull because I can trade before the market opens and I can trade after the market closes. So you can trade in pre-market and even after hours. So if you want to jump in and get some stocks on Webull, all you got to do, deposit $100 and they will give you 2 free stocks valued up to $1,850. If you want to go and sign up, use the link down in the description box below and you can sign up there. So that's what we know right now regarding stimulus, COVID, and my stock pick of the week. If you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. I just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful start to your week, and I'll see you guys on the next one.